Hello, hello.
Hello. Josh was just laughing as I regaled him.
Yeah,
with some funny
you all
stuff.
think that Lady Dimitri is kind of boring, right?
Lady Demitress. You can't say
Demitress.
Lady Dimitri because no one's gonna know what the fuck you're talking
Lady
about.
Dimitri.
Lady Demet, because the SCU at the end of her name is like supposed to be. It's there in the writing, but you don't pronounce it. It's like Lady Demitress.
Well, then it's Lady Demetris.
Lady Demitresk, maybe with a C.
Dimitresque?
I think you pronounce the C because the end is SCU, but you don't say the U.
Well, yeah, it's Japan.
Lady Demitresk, I think.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Lady Demitrescu. Lady Demitrescu.
It's just like... Okay, so from like we're not even going, oh, a woman, whatever. Like going from like Resident Evil monster designs that go after you. I think about her. I think about like Mr. X.
Yeah.
I think Mr. X is really boring. But like I look,
Yeah,
I
like
think
Nemesis.
about, I think Nemesis. I think Mr. Damn, I can't remember the Chainsaw Man's name, but like that. Like enemies that you're supposed to be frightened of when they're like coming after you.
Right.
I was really bored. When they first showed off,
I mean,
Lady Dimitrescu,
You're really not.
I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't feel like a Resident Evil person. Like, I almost think she doesn't look fucked up enough in ways. Because, like, you think back to, like, a Salazar from 4.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up Resident Evil design.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah.
Which is,
And I just feel like it was one of the issues I had with, like, 7, where I felt like 7 didn't feel Resident Evil. It felt like just a cool new horror game, but they just slapped the Resident Evil name on it.
it's what the
And there's
Evil
just
Within
no
could have been.
Yeah, there's no personality. I mean, there's personality. There's just not Resident Evil personality. And I kind of felt that way with, like, Lady Dimitri S. Suka.
Yeah.
So, like, I have seen some cutscenes with her, and she does, like, she's boisterous and has a fun personality.
Yeah.
But then I hear that she's not, like, in a lot of the game. And
No,
like,
because her segment in her castle is like, if her castle was like a hub world sort of, to which you could go to like the different areas of the game.
I assumed it was going to be like the police station with Mr. X.
No, she's in her castle, and you're only in her castle for part of the game. And then you go on to meet because you have the League of Extraordinary Horror people.
Okay.
Like it's just like, it's like the horror council, like, basically it's just
Okay.
It's a council of a bunch of different people, kind of like based on like different horror things, which their personalities are all fun in the way they bounce off each other. They're supposed to be fun, but Lady D is like, I don't think she's even the final boss.
No, she's like the second one you come across, right?
Like, that you fight?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I assume she's
so.
in like I assume she was like the first half of the game or something.
I mean, the castle part of, like, because you're in her castle for a lot of the game, or well, for some of the first part of the game, I think, but it's not even all that long that happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand your feelings about her as far as not feeling Resident Evil enough, just because, I mean, it's a very different feeling than really any of the others, like 6, 7, whatever. Well, 6 and what have you. But it's she doesn't frighten you when you are walking around. You don't want to run away from her like Mr. X or Nemesis.
Yeah, like I'm actually like scared of those individuals.
Yeah.
And when I look at her, I'm just like, what is this waifu fat bait bullshit?
It's like, it's for the people who let them see her and then let her come up and kill you. And that's their whole experience with the game. Or the ones that sneak up behind her with the fly swatter and smack her on the ass. But, I mean, I choose to like her because she is a large
Because
woman.
you're basic.
I'm not basic.
You can tell yourself that
I'm not
all
basic.
you want.
As far as women go, I like when they're... I enjoy when they're large. I don't really discriminate as far
That's
as
pretty
women.
basic.
I don't know.
Large women is just like a very normal, like...
You say that.
No, so large women, not expansion. Just like larger women is a pretty normal thing.
I don't know.
Like, it really is.
I mean, I'm not saying like I'm like, oh, I'm so special. I'm not saying that, but I don't think I'm. Well, I would say I'm basic in that regard.
I don't know. I think just liking her is basic.
I mean, but she's she's mommy a little bit.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
The only mommy I need is Jill Valentine.
That's true. Jill's really good. I like Ada though. Ada's
oh my god.
Ada's got some mommy energy.
Ada's like actually like Delta's wife.
Yeah,
like,
actually. Facts.
For everyone who remembers our description of Delta from Jenna's route, I basically just imagined Ada with a jade dress and long hair.
Yeah.
Ponytail. Actually, there's a Gundam character who just looks like that, so I actually imagined her. But like,
okay,
it's a whole thing. She's from Double O.
What is Omicron? What's Omicron like?
No, remember Omicron's the Chad.
Remember. Oh yeah, like the Chad. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thick dick Chad. So we have the virgin beta cuck that is regular. Like Rona.
Yeah.
And. Mm-hmm. And we have the sly temptress that is Delta.
That's right. Yeah.
Wanting you to come out of the home to like meet her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. And then you have
the Chad Omicron
who
comes and invites himself to you.
Mm-hmm. He has shown up, dick out, and in everyone, just going for it, man.
Remember, nice V-neck so you can just see some chest hair.
See some. Oh, you think he has chest hair? You don't think he's like clean shaven?
Oh no, he's a daddy, so he's got.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Has that muscle gut going. When
good.
he like stretches, the shirt rides up a bit, so you get a little.
You get a little of that happy trail.
Yeah, like.
Bruh.
Omicron.
The lad.
Who would you rather get fucked by, Rona, Delta, or Omicron?
I'll do a Delta Omicron sandwich.
Ooh,
that could be fun, right?
Okay.
Best of all the worlds, and then you have Beta Cook Rona over there in the corner jacking it in whatever kind of fashion they want.
Yeah.
Just make it a fucking party.
I reach out, resting a hand on his. Carl, this might be the last one. It might be the way out. Carl snorts.
Seriously, dude? You think they're just gonna let us go? We've accomplished nothing.
We can leave you here if you prefer that.
Damn, Jenna.
I glare at Jenna, but she's not even looking at me, instead staring at the concrete door. Carl, we have to keep moving. If we go through another door, we're at least going somewhere.
Yeah, and besides, the bad stuff has only happened to me and Jenna, so you guys probably have nothing to worry about.
We can't stay here forever.
Thank you, Raven. I love Raven's little inputs, actually.
I like them too.
It's
they're like
good.
Optimistic and not at the same time.
And then
where he's like trying to look on the bright side of everything.
Yeah, and everyone just ignores him and doesn't even respond.
Oh my god, but he's such a good boy.
It's just really funny.
I gently stroke the back of Carl's furry hand. Why not Raven's? He's cuter.
Because he has a relationship with Carl, not Raven.
Nah, that bitch is friend zone. We're going to Raven.
Oh my god.
He laughs again.
Maybe we could. Just keep pulling grilled cheese sandwiches out of the cupboard.
Carl props himself up on his elbows.
Who knows? Maybe I can get some weed out of there.
Carl looks back out onto the hallway, apparently seriously considering that. Come on, man. We're all going in together.
We're all in this together. Once you know that we are. We're all stars. We see that.
So when are we going to watch Descendants?
Never. Ever. No.
When are we going to have a decom night where we watch Descendants?
I'm on board for decom night as long as we don't watch Descendants.
Then what's the point?
Because there's plenty of other.
What are we gonna do? Watch like Smart House, Pixel Perfect, and Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior?
You literally just described the perfect like fucking goddamn decom night. Are you kidding? You literally just described the perfect lineup. You fool.
Well, you have to watch the Descendants trilogy before you can watch those.
Says who?
Gah, says me.
Bruh. Literally nobody wants me to watch Descendants. Except you.
Put in the comments if you want Darian to watch the Descendants movies. We'll do a podcast on it.
Don't give into peer pressure. He's just doing it because he thinks he can do it.
Yeah.
Don't let him be. Don't let him rule with an iron fist. Rise up.
Gamers rise up.
Hashtag gamers rise up. Overthrow the constibulatory. That is Josh and his fucking. Don't make me do it. Please.
Look, we can watch Phantom of the Megaplex afterwards.
A palate cleanser.
What was the super shitty mermaid one?
Oh, the
like
13th year.
Birthday or
the 13th year,
yeah. Whatever.
That one's garbage.
It's so bad.
It's the same kid who was in Look of the Irish, wasn't it? Wasn't that him?
Was it?
Was that the same kid?
I don't know.
Or no, or was that the same kid that did Smart House?
Oh, I don't remember.
He had like the spiky hair.
Yeah.
They both had like spiky hair, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Is Mostly Ghostly on Disney Plus?
I'm not sure.
They remade Under Wraps, didn't they?
I think so.
Like this year's DCOM was like a remake of Under Wraps.
I think so, but like the first one was so good. The original was great.
Yeah, we can watch them both. Or do we have to slap Girl versus Monster on there?
I actually haven't watched that one, but don't you like it? Didn't you say it was good?
I like it in the same way I like most DCOMs. So that's not a glowing review. It's more like it's a DCOM.
Yeah. Is this a new thing? Are we doing the DCOM struggle, Josh? Is that going to be a thing?
I kind of want it.
Oh my god.
We're going to do the Descendants trilogy first.
As long as I can drink.
No, you gotta be sober the whole time.
Fuck.
No wiggling you out of this one.
Oh.
Come on, you know that Issa also wants to watch this. Not the movies themselves, but watch your reaction.
Could we coerce Issa into doing it with us?
No.
Please.
We straight up don't have the time.
Damn it. That's true.
We can't all three be in the same location for like more than like an hour or two.
I suppose that's fair.
Right?
Well, maybe Issa can just be free early in the days on some days. Or does he also sleep until like 4 p.m.?
No, he like wakes up at like 8.
He's an
8
early boy, but
yeah.
I guess he does things or something.
Something like that. I reach out with both hands to him expectantly, since I can't get up on my own. Carl stares at them contemplatively for a moment, and then finally gets to his feet while pulling me up onto his back with a loud grunt.
All right, man. But if this freaky, spooky ghost dimension goes on for another fucking door, I'm gonna pull a joint from the magic cupboard.
Of course.
What a fucking sentence. Like, just that whole sentence out of context is really good. I really just clip that and we'll be good.
Right? And Jenna's already standing in front of the door, about to leave us. Like the girl boss that she is.
Like the Gaslight Gatekeep girl boss. That's Jenna this whole route.
That's Jenna this whole game. What are you talking about?
She didn't seem very Gaslight Gatekeepy girl bossy in her route.
What do you mean? Do you remember how she treated Leo?
Yeah, but he was kind of asking for it. Huh?
No! It's Leo! Leo deserves the world.
Jesus. Man, I don't want to pass out again. We just did that.
I look back towards the hallway. You know, maybe we should check the rest. Jenna reaches forward and grabs the metal handle, and before any of us can say anything, she yanks it open.
She's like, y'all need to just stop fucking around.
A trail leads through the desert landscape, and cacti and boulders obscure my view on either side. The ground is rocky, and dust kicks up with each step I take. As I continue up the path, I can see the three peaks of the the mountains in front of me.
The Casa Demonio.
I'm heading towards the town of Echo, just over those mountains. As I get closer, I notice that the trail branches off towards the side of the mountain. I follow the trail with my eyes into the hazy distance, almost disappearing into the heat waves. Still, I can make out a small, dark hole in the mine.
Oh.
Some things should be left alone. Dust swirls silently at the mouth of the mine, almost sparkling in the bright noon light. Every single person here. Something seems to pulse out of the entrance, sending an almost visible wave through the air. You will never escape. You will always come back. A red seeps from the hole, running up the side of the mountain in a wave, turning rock and dust the color of blood. You'll always be running in circles. I start jogging up the trail, panting to the desert heat, not sure what I'm doing.
Man. I know it's funny to say it, but like when you see it, like you're always running. Gives me the chills. Gives me the chilies.
That's fine.
Ooh,
The sky
that.
in front of me lights up that ominous red color in the direction of Echo. Somehow I'm able to scale the side of the mountain in just seconds. I get to the peak and look over the edge. I see the town, and it's not the town I remember, at least not all of it. Lake Emma is in the distance to the left. The motel and supermarket are to the right. But the ruins by the lake aren't just old foundation remnants anymore. They're fully standing now with their log walls and roofs. Several dozen more houses run up the side of the lake, standing in stark contrast to the more modern buildings further away, starting towards Main Street. There are even a few buildings that I don't recognize. And they're just below me is Carl's house. But it's different. The mansion is bigger. The walls are a lighter color. It looks older. Somehow, I'm already there, like I've just teleported straight down to stand in front of Carl's house. I stare down the slope toward the town, and there next to the road is a wooden platform built under a tree. There's a rope hanging from the tree, a noose. I look back down at the town, at all the different buildings. But no matter which structure I'm looking at, one thing's the same. They're all lit up, blood red. I watch as what looks like spinning blades come slowly into focus above me. I tense up, but only for a moment as I realize what it is. The ceiling fan. Wait. A ceiling fan? Isn't that... I sit up quickly, only to immediately swoon as the room starts to spin around me. I grip onto whatever I'm sitting on, and it happens to be soft and smooth. I look down and see that I'm on top of a blue comforter. To my left, Jenna, Raven, and Carl are stretched out next to me on a king-sized bed. To my right, sunshine streams in from sliding glass doors, outside of which is a massive deck.
Is this where we found Carl?
Yeah, his parents' room.
Okay. Oh, did we make it out? Fuck.
Past the porch are the mountains and the desert of Echo. We're back. Oh my god, we're back.
Holy shit.
Guys! I shake Carl next to me. He immediately swings a hand to slap at me, but I persist until he's forced to sit up, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Jenna and Raven stir next to him.
What is it? What happened?
Guys, we're back! We're in your house, Carl! Carl finally snaps his eyes back at that. Raven sits up next to Carl, and I see him sway with the same dizziness that I'd had earlier.
Where are we? My parents' room.
Carl's voice is hushed, quiet, as if afraid if he speaks too loudly, this will all disappear. Excuse me. Relief like I've never known before flows through my body. Whether or not it was a dream or hallucination, or we were all drugged somehow, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we're all home. Well, in Echo, at least. Remember, you're here forever. I look over at Jenna, hoping to see her back to her old familiar self.
Echo. More like Hecko.
But I find her staring around suspiciously, that dark look still in her eyes. Maybe that would take a longer while to wear off. I slowly push myself off the bed. The height of it makes it more difficult for my feet to reach the ground. I touch down with my good foot, and I'm a bit surprised when my toes come in contact with a cold hardwood floor. I thought this room had carpet the last time I was in here.
Well, when was the last time you were in Carl's parents' bedroom?
I don't know. I look back at Carl and see a confused look on his face, the fur on his brow crinkle up in the bright sunshine.
Something's a little off, man.
What?
Something's wrong.
I feel the beginning of the sinking sensation in my chest again. Why?
My parents' room isn't this big.
I look around. I guess it looks a bit bigger than usual. The balcony seems to be the right size, though.
And the floor.
He points at my feet.
Where's the carpet?
Carl confirms my suspicions. The dread continues to grow in my stomach.
Maybe they took the carpet out while we were gone?
No one responds to that ridiculous idea.
Bless you, Raven. Oh my god. What a lad. What a boy. What a fella.
Right. Jenna looks at the wall behind the bed and reaches out a hand to touch it tentatively. Carl lets out a loud, almost maniacal laugh.
It's like I'm in a weird dream of my house or something.
Carl pushes himself off the bed, his hooves clopping loudly, unnervingly against the hardwood floor that shouldn't exist. Fuck!
Yeah, fuck.
I can see the same emotion I feel in my chest playing out in Carl's eyes right now. He reaches out to give me some support.
Well, maybe there are other people here?
Even Raven's cheerful tone is forced and strained. I guess I was expecting that we'd end up in another dream world or whatever. But the fact that he'd thought for just a moment that we were back in the real world made this all the more soul-crushing. It feels like those fucking ghosts are toying with us at this point. I take a deep breath, willing myself to not lose it. Not yet, at least.
Chase, I'm gonna move to the deck.
I get a better grip onto Carl's side as he starts to move towards the glass doors, his hooves clopping while I hop along. He stares out, slowly reaching up with his hand to tug at the handle. To my surprise, it opens. I guess I'd thought that it would be the same as the last place we were in, that we'd be locked in or something. I follow Carl as he steps out onto the balcony, taking slow, careful steps as if afraid that the deck would give out. The air is hot and heavy, almost humid. That isn't normal at all in Echo. Sure, it would get really hot, but it's the desert. Humidity is near non-existent. We reach the railing and stare out to the town below the the foothills that Carl's mansion sits on. I take in a soft breath. Just like the dream I had, the ruins of Echo aren't ruins anymore. Dozens of old-fashioned wooden buildings dot the edge of the lake. A little ways away, I feel the familiar buildings of the motel and supermarket, along with the small neighborhood of my childhood. And along Main Street, I see a few buildings that I don't recognize. Not quite as old fashioned as the buildings along the lake, but it's still pretty old looking.
What the hell?
Carl almost whines out whines out the words as if as I see him grip tightly into the railing. I move closer to his side, pulling an arm around his shoulder. Come on, man. We're gonna figure this out. This is just... I struggle to figure out what this just is, but I come up short. Listen, I saw this in a dream, and I think they were trying to tell me something.
What dream?
A dream I had before I woke up. I have them almost every time we pass out. Why are you the only one having these dreams? I jump up as Jenna speaks right behind me. I turn around, finding her eyeing me suspiciously. I don't know. None of you had dreams.
I did.
Raven pops his head from around the glass doors, still with the bizarrely resilient grin on his face.
But it was about that black shadow creature thing chasing me through the kitchen, so I guess it's not really useful. What did you see in your dream, Chase?
Well, this. I wave my hand out at the alternate reality town. But then the mine too, like red stuff spread out of it over the town. Then I saw a noose. I instinctively look over to the edge of the balcony, down towards where I remember seeing the tree. Carl looks too.
What is it?
Well, I saw a tree with a noose on it. Carl looks slowly back up at me.
Down there?
I think so. The look of utter defeat, in Carl's face has me hesitating to confirm it.
What the fuck?
I take a deep breath, trying to put what I feel into words. That dream, the way it's zeroed in on the tree, it felt meaningful. I think we need to go to it.
Jesus, why?
To hang ourselves.
Clearly, just to end the madness.
Right? Carl buries his face in his hands, and he leans against the railing, shaking his head slowly from side to side. I don't know, but I don't know where else to start. This place is massive.
So what, they put another letter there for us to find for some reason?
Maybe.
Guys?
Carl keeps his head in his hands as I turn around. Raven is still standing by the glass door, but he's looking back into the room.
Jenna left.
What? Sure enough, Jenna is nowhere to be seen. Where did she go?
She said bye.
Raven shrugs.
Downstairs, I guess?
Was she going to the tree? I start to move back into the house, then remember my destroyed ankle.
Destroyed ankle. It'd be facts.
I move back and see that Carl is still slumped against the railing. Carl? He doesn't look up. Carl, we need to keep moving. Normally the ram pulls his head out of his arms and turns to help me. He gets me into a familiar position with me clinging to his neck while I hop along. I'm relieved he's actually moving, but I don't think the dull look in his eyes one bit. I don't like the dull look in his eyes one bit. Okay. Raven, Carl, and I head down the hall toward the stairs. Carl's right. It's like a dream of Carl's house. Carl mentions that there are a few extra doors, all of which lead into barren hardwood floor rooms. The ground level of the house, though, looks mostly normal. As we make our way through Carl's sort of home, I realize something. You guys hear the trains when we were on the deck?
Maybe. Why?
I thought I did. Just kind of weird. Like, what are those trains doing in a world that isn't really real?
Maybe it is real?
Maybe. I'm not convinced. As we pass through the living room, I can see that it's set up like it always is, and the kitchen looks to be in order as well. As we step outside, I notice that the mansion looks the same for the most part. Not that massive, old look it had in my dream. I hop along down the curving driveway from Carl's house like I remember in my dream. How Jenna would be able to find the tree on her own is beyond me. The only indication I'd given her as to where it was a glance over the railing of the deck.
Man, it's so fucking close to being real, this place.
Yeah. I don't have much else to add, but he's right. I feel so close to being home, but none of it is home. I slow my pace as I turn right at the end of Carl's driveway, practically tugging at the ram's horns. Driving him like a car. We moved the short distance down the road, then moved to the edge on the left side of the road. I look down, over the side, onto the rocky sagebrush-covered slope. And there's Jenna. Somehow she immediately found it on her own. The old and rickety wooden platform sits under the tree. The tree and platform definitely aren't in the real Echo. There are a few scant mentions of a hanging tree in my research. It is, if it was still standing, I'd have gone to get some film for my project. That project seems like something I was working on years ago at this point.
Actually put in work this route too.
Only a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little.
No route in Jenna's route. Like, no work on in Jenna's route, though.
No.
See, you can just never trust a woman. I carefully start climbing down the slope, clinging to Carl. I'm about to call out to Jenna when I stop cold. As we move to the side, the thick trunk of the tree shifts in my view and revealed the noose. Unlike my dream, the noose isn't empty. Hanging from the noose is a body. From where I'm standing, I can't exactly see what it is. Its back is to us, and all I can make out is a head, hands, and feet, and some old-fashioned clothes, overalls, and a cotton shirt of some kind. The clothes look worn and old, like they've been sitting out in the elements for years. I stop moving, instead staring at the body. Carl freezes too, and I can feel his ragged breathing in my ear.
Jesus.
Carl gasps. I stare for what feels like an entire minute before I find my voice. Jenna? She's also facing the body, so I can't see her face, but she holds up a hand towards me to quiet me before slowly pacing around the platform. It looks like she's moving towards the front, so I steel myself and slowly follow her. I don't want to look at the body as I move, but I can't tear my eyes away. It's old, very old. The fur is mostly gone, the skin underneath black and leathery. The face is drooping and sunken, the eyelids closed. It's been out in the sun for a very long time. And I don't know much about corpses, so I don't know how long. I just know it's been a very long time. From what I can tell, it's a canine of some kind. A fox? John? For some reason, I look towards Jenna to see if she'll let us know who it is. She doesn't, instead just staring at the body. Carl tightens the grip around my shoulders. I'm not sure if it's for support against the uneven ground or the horror in front of us. Raven has chosen not to follow. Instead, he stands back behind the platform, looking away from the body. I swallow hard, trying to keep my nerves under control, trying to look at the situation like it's a simple task. Do you guys see anything? A note? Or something? I try to search the platform and avoid looking up at the body.
There's something in its mouth.
Carl points up at the corpse with a shaking finger. He's right. There's a flash of white in the mouth of the corpse, just barely sticking out from what looks like a gnarled gnarled teeth. A piece of paper, maybe? I'm surprised of how successful I am at keeping my voice calm. I sort of feel a little numb to all of this now. But like we both realized at the same time was what this meant, what this means, that we're going to have to actually go, get that piece of paper.
Fuck, man, why do we have to do this? Why don't they just tell us what they want us to know?
It's more fun this way.
True.
I cling to Carl as much as he's clinging to me, trying to keep him calm. Listen, I'll get it. Let's get a body.
No, it's not. Nothing's just as it is in this fucked up place.
And Jenna suddenly turns on the two of us, causing both of us to flinch back from her. Chase, you need to get it.
Uh-oh. What? Why? You can't even fucking walk.
I can crawl. He had the dream. They want him to be the one to get it. He volunteered anyway.
Man, Jenna's gonna try to fucking gank Carl.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Why the hell don't you get it?
Carl had adjusted himself so that he's standing halfway in front of me, protectively.
Okay.
Because that's what they want.
That's bullshit. If you know something, Jenna, then why don't you fucking tell us?
Carl's snarling at Jenna now, which is all the more impressive because rams can't snarl.
Huh.
We can't be doing this right now. Here we are in this fucked up dimension, in front of a mummified corpse, arguing. I put my hand against Carl's chest. Listen, I'll get it. This is what they want, and this will help us move forward. I try not to think about actually going up to the wooden steps to start in front of the stand in front of the corpse, but I don't really have any other options right now. Carl doesn't loosen his hold on me.
Fuck no. Jenna, you get it since you seem to know what the fuck is going on.
Carl squeezes me tighter against his chest as he leans in to gaze at Jenna. Jenna glares right back, and I can see her lips tremble as she approaches appears to be holding back her own snarl. Stop it, Carl! Let go! I'm gonna get that paper.
No, Chase.
Carl, nothing bad has happened when it comes to getting these stupid pieces of paper. I'll be fine. Carl looks down at me, his face etched with stubborn resoluteness. It's at least a nice change of form. A nice change from the almost dread look that I'd seen earlier. He stares at me hard for a good long while, to the point where I almost blush until finally.
Fine, but I'm coming up with you.
I don't think so.
Shut up, Jenna.
Jesus. Each word seems to have to work hard to get itself out of Carl's muzzle. It's okay. Let's go. I let Carl hold my hand as we both move towards the platform over uneven ground. I noticed Raven standing off to the side, still facing away from us. I'd have to check on him later. The wooden creaked softly under our feet, so we made our way up to the steps. I focused on my hopping foot, not wanting to look at the body. Once we reached the top, though, I realized that I'm going to have to. Leaning heavily against Carl for support, I look up. The corpse's eyes are open now.
Ooh, I hate that.
Two yellow, piercing eyes that are sunk deep in the skull stare back at me.
Oh no. Don't do this to me. I don't like this.
You are disgusting. I'm disgusting. You're abhorrent, despicable, horrible. For telling the truth? For telling your own truth. You don't know my story, my truth. Your truth is delusional. You cruel, filthy son of a bitch. What do you want from me? I want justice. You and your people don't know the meaning of the word. Just let it rest. Let me rest. And you'd leave me restless, murderer? You may not have killed me physically, but you murdered my life, you fucking... The otter hears us. So, if he hears us, then I want him to. Why does it? You think I know? Why does it create these places? Let us do small things, then take it away. It's a game. My life, my reputation, is a game to it. Ha! A game. Go on. Why don't you tell your truth? The otter works with you. I wouldn't help him, even if I could. But you can't, can you? You are but smoke. A good thing, too. You and your fucking lies. I will tell him this. Otter, you are stuck here because you cannot see the truth, and until you do. How will he know the truth if you only lie? You are disgusting. I'm 9 or 10, and I'm sitting under a tree in the forest. I like the feeling you get when you're finished. Wait. I like the feeling you get when you're finished crying. Okay. The stuffed up nose and throbbing in your head, along with the feeling of having just run 10 miles. Like I've just finished something really hard and now it's over. And then, a creak in the branches above me. I look up and see the fox hanging from a rope. His dead eyes are on me.
Why don't you get your ass up here and dig it out yourself then?
He's awake.
Chase?
A big hand is cradled below my head as I stare at his horns waving around above my eyes. Between them hangs the fox.
Hey, you okay? What happened?
I don't know. There were eyes. I stare harder at the fox, but the eyes are closed.
Yeah, me too. But you sort of just fell back. Sorry, I dropped you, and I think you hit your head.
Thanks. That would explain the headache.
Bruh.
My head throbs with each heartbeat. Why didn't you grab the letter, Chase?
Are you kidding me?
Look, we have things to do. I flinch at Carl's loud voice and the spit that flicks my face.
He just passed out and that thing had something to do with it. I said, dig it out of the fucking mouth if you want to.
Dig what out? I crane my head painfully to look at Jenna. She stands in the exact same spot, staring stoically. Raven has moved to stand next to her, but now his eyes are wide, staring at the fox. I turn my head back around towards the hanging fox, and that's when I see that the letter is gone. Where did it go? I push myself up, cringing as I once again forget about my ankle. Do we count this as a trip?
I was about to ask.
Yeah, he fell.
He fell.
Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah. Carl hurriedly fussed around me, helping me stand. I keep my eyes on the fox the entire time, but I don't see any signs of life. What happened?
You fell.
No, the fox. What happened to the letter? He ate it. What? How?
It, just sort of gobbled it up.
Are we gonna use the fucking knife to cut this boy open?
Oh, let's
Get
go!
the letter. Is that what's gonna happen?
Carl's free hand gestures at his mouth. God. I lean my forehead against the ram's cheek as I close my eyes.
So are we not supposed to read it?
Raven's voice is small and quiet, nothing like his usual self, even during this time we've spent here. No one says anything for a while. I clear my throat. I think I heard John and James while I was out.
What? What did they say?
I think John and James, They're influencing some of this, but there's something else controlling all of it.
How?
I don't know, but it's stopping them from telling us what they want to say, like it's a game for it. I feel Carl shake his head against my head.
So what are we supposed to do?
Just figure out the game, I guess. They said something about having to see the truth, but I'm not exactly sure what that is.
But the fox just ate our clue.
That might have been one of them. James or John. I don't know.
Do we just find another one then?
I don't say anything because that's when I see the tint of white sticking out from the fox's pocket. I point. What's that?
What?
That, sticking out of the chest pocket.
Huh.
Carl moves a little closer, pulling me along tentatively. Raven calls anxiously from behind us.
What are you guys doing?
Carl's voice gets tighter, more nervous as he reaches out with a shaky hand. I keep my eyes focused on the pocket, not wanting to look into the eyes if they open again. Carl touches the chest, yanking back his hand once before slowly going again. His face turns towards mine, cringing as he tries to look and not look at the same time. He fumbles at the pocket for a moment, the fox swaying just slightly from the ram's poking finger. Finally, after what seems like several eternities, Carl manages to get a grip of the note. Once he does, he yanks it back, almost hitting the fox's muzzle as he slides the letter free from the pocket.
Okay, let's go.
Carl gently, but quickly, guides me down the stairs. Jenna eyes what's in Carl's hand suspiciously. What's that?
Another letter or something.
Where did you get that? The fox ate it earlier. I saw it sticking out of the pocket. I guess there was another. Jenna goes quiet, and her expression darkens. I'm about to ask her what's wrong, but Carl already unfolds the paper, swinging the hand holding it to try and make it unfold. I help him out with my free hand and hold the letter between us. I notice that the bottom of the page has a rough tear, like somebody has torn it in half. Jenna and Raven move closer opposite us.
Please let this be the one that gets us back.
It doesn't look like a letter. In fact, it looks like a newspaper clipping. It's a photocopied one, anyway. Carl, I think this came from your mom's collection of artifacts. I remember some pages were ripped out of the scrapbooks.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was you taking them.
Nope.
I wonder how long this nightmare actually started. It seems that it had been setting itself up days before we fell into this place. Well, guess I'll give it a read. Hopefully this is the one. I start with the big bold title. Echo researcher uncovers town's serial killer past. Most might know Trisha Hendricks as the CEO of Hen's Ice Cream, but Echo locals will know her to be an avid history buff as well. I just love how it connects all of us, how it shows that everything has happened for a reason. But even she didn't realize what her research would uncover. According to Hendricks, the town's founder, James, had an affair with another man, and both have been hiding a dark secret. You never know what you'll find out, but to think that James had a homosexual relationship and with an alleged serial killer, well, it's really something. According to Hendricks' research, James may have been in a romantic relationship with a native fox by the name of John Begay. Town records indicate that Begay was accused of committing multiple child murders.
Oh, shit.
Hendricks says the crime was sexual in nature. I reach the bottom of the page where the rough tear begins. Clearly there's more to the article, but
Jenna!
I look up in time to see a flash of steel before Carl jumps back, pulling me along with him. The knife comes from within inches of Carl's face before piercing into the newspaper clipping we were holding with a smack.
What the hell?
Jenna! I'm about to ask what she's doing, because I think she's attacking the newspaper for some reason. But her intentions became clear as she moves towards us with the knife, eyes set on Carl.
Jenna, stop! Oh, this Raven gets in the way and dies.
Raven bounces up and down, his hands pulling at his ears. Carl moves back as fast as he can while I limp along.
Jenna, what are you doing?
Jenna lunges at us, the knife arching down from above again. This time she's too close, and Carl pushes me to the side, and he jumps back. I go down on my butt. Is that there? He's another one.
That's
Let's
another
go.
one. Yep.
On the rocky ground.
I'm not even counting, but we're just, making
Someone
them
will in the
clear.
comments.
Yeah, we're making it clear for him.
A putrid, lying beast. Where's my letter?
I don't know. What did I do?
Carl stutters, stumbling, eyes wide with terror. I don't even know if he's going to defend himself when Jenna gets him. With a muffled scream, I push myself onto my feet and hobble after them, each step sending electric lances of pain to the back of my brain. I don't have time to dwell on it, though, because that's when Jenna reaches Carl. She grabs one of his horns and yanks it close, Carl swinging his fist wildly in her direction. It's a valiant effort, but Carl's not a fighter, and aside from letting out a few grunts, Jenna isn't affected. She raises the knife, just as I reach them.
No, stop!
You're gonna want to save.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Seifu. Seifu. Doshio. We're gonna push her.
Oh, okay. Carl, watch out! I yell as loud as I can before giving the fox the hardest shove I can give. I do it at an angle so she doesn't directly hit Carl. Carl leaps to the side as I slam her into her, sending Jenna forward to facepalm into the rocks and dirt. I reach out to Carl just as Raven goes blurring past me. He leaps onto Jenna, pinning her down.
Go, just go. We'll figure something out later, but you need to get away, Carl.
Raven snarling as he tries to keep Jenna pinned, something that doesn't match his cheerful face at all. Carl stumbles to his feet, then turns and starts jogging away. Carl, wait! Help me up! Carl seems to hesitate before finally turning around, leaping over to help pick me up. And with that, we limp away towards the road. I think we're heading towards the mansion again, but Carl turns us towards the road to the town instead. I think we should end the part here.
Okay.
So, yeah!
I had a feeling that was gonna be a thing, huh? I think I made the right choice.
Okay.
Because my thinking was like, well, Chase, 1, is not strong. 2, is injured. 3, is not strong. He could not hold Jenna if he
can't even pin down a fennec fox.
He really can't. So I think I made the right one with doing the pushu.
Okay.
So that's good. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, we might stumble upon Raven's dead body later, but that might just be an unavoidable casualty. Oh well. Oh well. It was nice.
True.
You've been a good boy, Raven.
Anyway, we'll see you around, everyone.